Nice to meet you. And if you're not new here, welcome back to another video. So, I don't know if y'all remember, but I did this video, like, I think it was my second video. It was a story time on my messy friend full of snakes. And then Chipotle Eat With Me. And there I told the story time on my messy friend group. So, I realized I was watching through, like, some of my videos, to see, like, what I should film this Friday, and I realized that I never finished telling the story. Like, I never got to the real reason as to why they were just a mess full of snakes. So today's video is going to be doing the part 2 to that. So this is basically me saying, if you have not seen that video, you might be a little lost in this video. So I advise you to go watch that video first, just to know, like, the names and who I'm actually talking about, and the description of who they were. But, like, I really did not do a really good job of explaining the story because I kept getting the names confused. So I'm gonna just really recap what I said in the other video. But if you want to know, like, each person individually, like the names and stuff, you may want to go watch that one first. My notebook here, so because I named everybody, I changed all the names for confidentiality, because I'm not trying to start any problems with anybody and their mother. So I have a page in here with the names, well, the names I changed them to. Okay, here it is, I found it. Alright, so before we get into the video, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you get notified every time I post new videos like these and you never miss it. Because wouldn't you want to be the first? Especially if you're a hater. Like, I got y'all snacks. I will be snacking on some Cheetos. And this is your sign to go drink some water. Back in part 1, I basically told you, like, each person individually, their name. So there was Josiah, Roger, Chanel, Anaya, Candace, Carrie, Maya, Kennedy, Terry, and that's really it. So yeah, those were the people I introduced in the last video. Like I said, if you want to know each characteristic of each person, go back and watch the other video, because I'm not getting into that, each characteristic. But I will basically sum up that story where I left off. So, y'all know how I met Terry. I met him at summer school, whatever. And y'all also in that video, I told y'all me and Terry's relationship, how I acted when I was around him. Like, I acted like a complete goofball around him. I also told y'all how Terry and Josiah found out from Chanel and her snake behind. But we ain't gonna get into that. If you wanna know how she was a snake, like I said, go watch part 1. Then I told y'all how we used to go to the park every summer, and then I told y'all Terry ended up blurting out that he was told by Roger, which I kept getting the names. But yeah, I told y'all how Terry found out from Roger that I liked him, and how I went off on Josiah for even helping him connect the dots, the both of them, Roger and Josiah. So yeah, so I already been in 9th grade for a while. I was getting to know the ranks or whatever. This was technically my last full month in New York before I left to go to North Carolina. But I never knew I was going to move down there. But yeah, I never knew I was going to move down there. So yeah, when he found out it was August, and when everything took place, it was in December. So it was not a big time ago, but like so much happened in between when he found out and the situation that I'm about to tell you of, which makes my friend group snakes in the first place. Because in the beginning, it wasn't really all of them. Like, they all had like their snake moments, but like they weren't like, you know, sneaky or like fake or whatever. But like after I found out what happened and the whole situation that happened, that's when I was like, these people are snakes. I can't be talking to them. So, for example, one of the situations that happened in between that has nothing to do with Terry, but that had happened was me and my friend. Well, we're not really friends like that now. I still talk to her. Her name was Anaya. Remember Anaya? Boo? This is where I started to be iffy about her. Basically, me and Kennedy Boo, like I said, we were close. In my old school, we had a porch. So instead of having like a backyard, because it was literally smack dab in the corner, in the middle, like right smack dab on 123. Like it's right there, like you can't miss it at all. So I think it was one of our first gym classes, and this was like the second week in school. So this is before the situation with Josiah happened, the one that I'm gonna get into today. So me, Kennedy, and all of us were in the gym. Me and Kennedy had the same gym period. So, you know, I'm chatting it up with Kennedy or whatever, and the rest of them, Carrie, Maya, Roger, Josiah, all of them was on the side. So everybody's in their collective group talking or whatever. And Anaya has this whole attitude. And like she was trying to come up and talk to me and Kennedy. But me and Kennedy was legit having like a real important conversation. So we told her in the nicest way possible, like, nah. And like Anaya had a whole attitude for what? Like she was so booty hurt. So she gonna go to Carrie and Candace. Sorry, I keep looking down. I really don't remember the name. But she gonna go run into Carrie and Candace, all crying, was like, with her baby behind, right? And me and Kennedy is like dying laughing because this was for real having a whole crying session because we didn't want her in on our conversation. And it was like, girl, you're doing this for what? You're doing too much for what? Like, we asked you to back up for like 5 minutes because we was legit having a conversation. Do I remember? No. But we was having a legit conversation. And like, sis really got mad for what? So like, me and Kennedy was on the floor rolling. So I try to go up to her, trying to ask her, like, you good, bro? Like, why are you crying? Crying for what? And like, I get attacked. Like, they was like, why you and I was like, bro. You're like, what? I was having a conversation. I can't have friends. Like, yo, like they went off on me because she was crying. Like, I'm like, that girl is, how old were we at the time? That girl is 14 years old. Get over yourself. And like, I start walking away. Mind you, the window to the office is open so they can hear and see everything. But like, I'm walking away and sis was like, she was going off while she was crying. And I'm sitting there really dying. And I'm like, come do it then. Come do it then. Like, sis was really talking all this off the mouth, still sitting there crying like a big baby because I wanted to have a conversation with somebody else. And Kennedy was just like, no, let's just leave, like leave it alone or whatever. So we ended up going downstairs to the cab, and I ended up sitting with Kennedy's friends who I was friends with too, just not as heavy as she was, but like now I'm friends with them now. So So that is just like one of the many situations that had happened that has led up to me like slowly pulling apart from them, because they was like really doing so much for no reason. So yeah, so back to the main focus. So December came. I think this is like, wait, hold on. Now me missing a big component of the story. So a while back, like this is when Terry and I were like still had a decent relationship. Like we were still talking whatever. I remember after the summer, like even when he knew that I liked him, he didn't treat me different. Like we were literally just like, it wasn't even really a point of conversation because he didn't care. Like the only person that really cared was Chanel with her annoying behind. He was the only person that was really booty hurt about it. Chanel and Josiah, like they were, and Roger too. They were the only ones that really was worried about it. So I wonder, like I felt like everything was going good. Like everything was good with me and Terry. He even broke up with his girlfriend. So I was like, ooh, this is my chance, or whatever. So I decided to write down my feelings on a piece of paper. If I still have that piece of paper, I love it. But I decided, like, to write down how I felt on a piece of paper, like, tell him how I felt, how he made me feel during the summer, how I developed feelings for him or whatever, how we probably will never date, but if we did, I would be extremely happy, whatever, right? So I finished writing it and I was so proud. Like I was so proud of myself. Like it got to the point, instead of how I felt, you know, it was not hard feelings. It was really a friendly thing. It was like, you don't like me, I'm okay. I just wanted to put down how I felt. Now remember, to all the boys, where she wrote all them letters and like her idea was for them to never get out, and then they ended up coming out. That's exactly what happened to me, but it happened in a different way, the Chanel way. And if you get what I'm saying, you know exactly what it's going to be. Basically, I take a picture and send it to Chanel so she can read it, and she was like,
it's like, you should send it to Terry.
I was like, why would I send it to Terry? She was like,
so he knows how you feel. Like you should do it. Like be brave, send it, be bold.
And I'm like, I'm not sending it to him. Like we're all good. Like we're friends now. Like I just wanted to write out my feelings. Like he's never supposed to get it. Like this is for me to like, you know, finally cut him off and admit to the fact that we're gonna be friends, and I'm okay with that. And this girl was like, send it. Like, I'll send it to him. I'm like, no, don't send it to him. I'm telling you, like, don't do it. I don't feel comfortable with giving him a letter now or anytime soon or any day in my lifetime where I know I'm gonna have to see him every day. So, like, chill with that. Like, I don't want it. Like, don't give it to him. So, all of a sudden, I leave my phone for 2 seconds to go pee. For 2 seconds. I get back. She goes, oh, I sent it. Did you not miss the 5-minute conversation where I was like, don't send it. I don't feel comfortable with you sending it. Like, did you just miss that whole ordeal? Or like what? And she was like, I sent it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, are you stupid or just dumb, Like, what is going on? So she sent it to him. And she was like, he replied. So I'm like, well, we're here. Might as well tell me what he said. So she gonna tell me that Terry said that he is in a relationship right now. He just got into a relationship, right? Which is cool. Good for you, you know? Which is another thing. The way he got his girlfriend, I should be thanked. Because, first off, Terry was always doing something. Like, he was always getting himself in some it's some crack. But yeah, touch my head. So he was always doing something. I think this was within the same month, but his mother took his phone. So he was walking around with no phone. I was still freshly new to having Arcane, and like he already knew that I liked him, so it was already out in the open that I liked him. So I think he used to take advantage of it. It was like the way, or I was head over heels for him, even with the girlfriend. Like he'd be like, "Oh, now Lindsay, give me yes." Like anything he asked, the answer was yes. You know, yes. Like he didn't even have to ask because he knew I would say yes. But I remember this was after school orientation. They was like showing us all the clubs, and me and my friends at the time were trying to stay together or whatever. So I remember exactly when we was at. So I remember meeting him in the hallway because I was with one of my teachers, Healthy Harlem. They was like checking our weight or whatever. So I was chilling in the room, and he walks up to me and he goes,
"Oh, can I use your phone?"
I'm like, "For what?" He was like,
"I just want to check something on Snap real quick."
I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." So like I'm sitting there talking to me. He goes, "Oh, can you unlock your phone for me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he walks up to me, I unlock his phone, and my friends were like, "Ooh, I see, or whatever." So, you know, I'm sitting there doing the assignment. It was like, if you're gonna be in here, you must participate. So I was sitting there fake braiding the mannequin because at the time I didn't know how to do like cornrows or whatever. So he comes back in the room, and him and Anaya comes up behind him. It was I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, go get your phone. And like, I swear, like Terry was acting wild stupid. Cause like I was like, give me my phone. He was like, for what? And I was like, give me my phone. He was like, for what? Like I can't do it. I'm like, no, give me my phone. And like he got an attitude. He placed the phone in my hand, and then he walked out the room or whatever. And like he was like, it was like he just had amnesia. Like I know you know that I told you that I like you. So like, well, I didn't tell you. I know you know that I like you because your big mouth friend and brother told you that I like you. So don't be acting stupid when I asked for my phone back. Because you told me you was using Snapchat. I thought you was like checking your story, maybe had to send a few streaks because you haven't had your phone in a while. But no, you were texting a girl on my phone, which is highly disrespectful, knowing that I like you. And then like he purposely left that part out. And probably because he knew if he asked me to text the girl on my phone, the answer would have been no immediately. Not because I'm jealous, just because like that's really a form of disrespect. But anyways, the way I found out that the girl like booty her. Like I was like, I felt like I was given the most ultimate form of disrespect. And like I just didn't want to be bothered with him no more. But I was lying because, you know, we ended up staying friends, and I ended up just like forgetting the whole situation. Because my whole thing was like, he's not even my boyfriend anyway, so can I be mad? And I'm like, yes, I can be mad because he knew that I liked him. And like he just did not care. And like that's really where I should have took a hint. Like he really just did not give two flying pieces of doodle about anything. So yeah. Anyways, back to where I was. So she ends up sending him what I wrote, and he was like, oh, I'm so touched. Like, that's really nice, but I have a girlfriend right now. And I'm like, yeah, I know. She knows that too, because I told Chanel the situation. She was there when it happened. And he was like, but
when I break up with her, you know, I never know. Maybe me and her could date.
And Chanel goes on, comment. And he was like, I promise. So, mind you, I'm just hearing what she's telling me. I don't know what was told in between. Like, I don't know like exactly what she said or exactly what he said or whatever. But this is where it comes into play. So it was Josiah, Roger, Chanel. Candace was there, but she wasn't really there. All of us are sitting in the room, in the background, in the back of the room, classroom, talking with us. You know, Terry walks in, and like, he gives all of us a hug. Well, he gives them a hug, and he hesitates to give me a hug. And Chanel goes, give Nylasia a hug. And he does it immediately. And I'm like, okay, you never really hesitated to give me a hug before. Like, are you just feeling weird about the fact that you know my feelings towards you? But I didn't say that out loud. I kept it in my head because I don't want to make anything weird. Because, like, I know he was probably already weirded out about the fact that, like, this random girl, like, not random girl, but this girl, I already told her I didn't like her, and, like, she's still, like, trying to give me that. So, you know, I persisted. It was like,
yeah, you better hug her, because what am I paying you for?
And, it took me a minute to process what she said. All I heard is paying you for it. And my mind stopped. Like, I literally said, ooh. I was frozen. Like, I was frozen. I was like, what? She was like, and like, it wasn't even like she was hiding it. Like, she was legit like, yeah, I paid him $20 so he can, like, that's so disrespectful. So disrespectful. First off, you gonna tell him it's okay for him to want you as a second choice when he feel like it, and then you gonna pay the watch my tone words. Then you gonna pay this little boy money to come talk to me? Are you serious? It's never that deep. It's never that deep. It's never that deep. And that also made me feel disrespectful. Because it's like, that's really what you think of me? You think I'm that desperate that I needed to pay some money to come talk to me and be forced to want to be with me? No! It's never that deep. I don't need a boyfriend that bad. It's never that deep. Anyway, so that's one of the situations that happened before. This is very important to get into this situation now. So like I said, my school made it mandatory to have SEL and social emotional learning. So I was telling how everything has been good, regardless of the whole situation that happened with the letter writer. And basically, and I'm gonna be like, girl, you sure? And I'm like, what you talking about? Am I sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, everything's good. Like, everything's good with me. And I think I want to, like, nothing has really changed. And everything just seems to, like, be the same. So I'm going, she was like, are you sure about that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, Nylasia, there's something I need to tell you. And, like, I started getting scared because I was like, what you mean there's something you need to tell me? Like, is it bad? She was like, you're not gonna like it. So, remember the part with the letter that I told y'all like 3 minutes ago? Where I sent you the letter. So what she didn't tell me, not only did she not tell me that she paid the Negro to come talk to me, she also forgot to mention that when they had a conversation the day after, when she was trying to get him to like act normal, not only did she say she was separated, this Negro had the nerve to come out his face, Terry had the nerve to come out his face and say,
if I ever dated that lady, it would only be for like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna break up with her right after.
Excuse me? I said, excuse me? And then I was like, I'm sorry, I should have told you sooner. Like, I'm sorry, I should have told you sooner. Chanel, she just didn't want you to know. Like, she didn't want to make it a big deal. She didn't think it was that big of a deal. We just know you've been hurt so many times, and like, we just didn't want that to affect you. So I'm like, yeah, all of them know. So I'm like, like, I didn't want to show that I was hurt. I didn't want to show that I was angry. I was just like, so you're telling me that every last one of y'all knew me, and not one of y'all had the guts to come up to me and tell me. Y'all making me sit here and making me think that me and this dude was cool. It's like, y'all making me think that I have a chance with him. Mind you, he's sitting here talking like this, like I'll never date him. I did it only be for a few minutes, and I'm sitting there like I was hurt. And I was just like, okay. And she was like, and I was like, don't be mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just processing, you know. I'm not mad at her. I'm just mad at the situation. That's what I told her. Even though I was mad at her, I was damn sure mad. I was pissed. So after this, I still have one more class. She was trying to talk to me as I was leaving, but I dashed upstairs. I never ran so fast in my mother freaking life. I ran upstairs to my next class, which is ELA, because I know I have Tracy and Josiah in the class. I knew I had Tracy and Roger in the class. I knew I was going to see Roger, so I was mentally preparing myself to see him, because like I know he was a huge factor in this, because like I said, he's best friends with Josiah, and Josiah Jack's Terry as his brother. So I knew that I would see him, and it's gonna be a lot. So I was sitting there, and I just like, I had a resting face. Like I was just sitting there and just like if looks get killed, I killed the whole tri-state area. Like that's how bad it was. Like I did not want to be bothered. Don't come up to me. Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing. Sit. Hush. Be quiet. Tracy comes in and she sees that I was upset, and she was like, "Girl, what's going on?" And I was explaining to her. First of all, I thought she knew. Like I was mad at her. Like I was like, first of all, y'all, this, that, and the third. And she like, Tracy is not the one to lie to me. Like she's not the one to lie at all. Like she's not that kind of person. So when I told her, like she was legitimately as mad as I was. Like I was mad. Like I was so mad, and she got mad too, because she was like, that's crazy, like none of them had the right to say anything, leading you on. And I was like, that's the exact same thing I was saying. Like she was literally saying the exact same thing I was saying, but like in a nice way. And like she was like, so like what are you gonna do? I was like, I really don't know. So then guess what? Tracy goes, what are you gonna do? Roger walks through the door. And I'm like, well, things just got a lot. So he walks through the door, right? And he won't sit down. And I'm just like, at this point, me and Tracy had the same face. We both. He was like, whoa, what did I do? What is wrong? And Tracy was like, you want me to tell him? I was like, no. So we sat there for a good 30 minutes. And I didn't say nothing to him, and he was like, what is wrong? And basically I was like, it took everything in me not to cry, because I was like so frustrated and upset, and seeing like his face and knowing that he knew and like sat there every single day and heard me talk about Terry every day, about how much I like him, how much I want to date him, whatever, and like knowing what he said, like just made me feel even more upset. Like sitting there, and I was telling him, and he was like, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, stop, I'm tired of hearing I don't know what you're talking about, that lady's crazy. I'm tired of hearing that line. I'm tired. And he was like, okay, yeah, he did say that. We just knew that you've been through a lot, and we didn't want to put like another rejection in the bag. I'm like, I'm used to it. Like, I'm used to being rejected, whether it be guys, jobs, internships. I'm used to being rejected. Like, parents, like, I'm used to it. So, like, I'm tired of people trying to say, oh, we was just trying to protect you. Protect me from what? letting me looking stupid, because that's what y'all didn't protect me from. Y'all made me look stupid. Y'all made me look crazy. And I bet he's sitting here thinking that I knew, and I'm still just stupid. So this is where it gets good. So it's after class, and I'm still like fake, like not talking to them. Like I'm already over the situation. I'm over them. Like Kennedy told me to cut them off. I should have been cut them off. Like I was done. Like so, I go upstairs and I comes out of the classroom, and the rest of the group comes out, and basically Roger was telling them why I was mad. Like, and like all of them gonna come up to me collectively, like they was gonna press me. They gonna all walk up to me like they gonna press me and be like, like you're doing 3 months, like and I go off. And do I care? No. Did I sound crazy? Probably. But I went off in the nicest way possible. I was like, y'all, I'm tired. Y'all always doing something. It's always something. And when y'all get caught up, y'all wanna act stupid. I listed one situation, the other situation. I listed the situation that just happened with the letter. Like, I went off. I went ham. And like, even like, usually I'll stay for like after school. I went home. Like, I couldn't do it. I was mad. I needed to go home. I needed to clear my head. I needed to do something. So I went to go pick up my sister and went home. And like, even as I'm like, you know, trying to relax, looking at my phone, like I left on purpose so I don't have to bother with them, they still blowing up my phone. I made you sorry. Like, and like, even like Terry eyes is like, stop talking. Like I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. So I'm happy that it did turn out with me not getting, like, him not liking me back, him not wanting to be with me, because he's just like, no. Like, he was toxic. Just like the rest of that friend group, all of them was toxic. That's why I'm not friends with them now. Every time I turn around, it's a new situation. So like, I'm just very blessed that I have the friends that I have now in my new school. Like, the fact that I'm closer to them and talk more to them than I ever will with the people I was in school with since I was in pre-K. It's crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I enjoyed telling it. If you guys want to know more about like each individual person, my stories with each individual person, let me know. I'll do it, because like I really enjoy making story times. I think they're very entertaining. I can make them entertaining. So if you like videos like these, that's really it for this video. And I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. You know what I say. I love y'all already. And I will see you hopefully next week Friday. This one. Yeah. Love y'all already.